I was really influenced by like Brand New and stuff. Like I think when I listened to them, it was the first sort of music that made me really want to write music. Um,
I listened
Yeah.
to a lot of music when I was a teenager, but I mean, one that pops to mind, At the Drive-In, Relationship with Command. I suppose you could say it defined my teenage years, especially musically. I love that album still.
And did those albums go on to have quite a big influence upon the band, or were they kind of?
Yes.
Yeah, I think as a band we're influenced by a lot of different music, varying from like things that we listened to when we were younger, as well as a lot of stuff that is coming out now, more recent music or albums that we've been really into are like Cloud Nothings and Japan Droids early on had a pretty big influence on us. Husker Du, sorry.
So many bands.
Yeah.
We're big music fans. A lot of tunes playing in the car on road trips and stuff. So.
I don't know, we didn't really think too much about the title of the album. We kind of, we named one of the songs Late Teens. And, I think just when we were going through all of the songs and trying to decide on a name, that one kind of fit right. And I don't know if there's necessarily a meaning behind it, but I think maybe the way we often work is finding something that fits right, like even with the band name, it was just throwing heaps of things into the works until it was like, actually, you know what, we've been pretty set on this for a few weeks, so let's just go with it. I think like the issues we have as teenagers, like they continue to be the same issues when you're an adult. They just kind of change a little bit, and maybe you have a bit more understanding on them. So I guess it's maybe a bit more of a look back on all these sorts of issues that maybe we'd once had, and looking at them with a bit more understanding. I grew up like an hour and a half out of Melbourne, out of the city, and I guess I moved to the city when I was 18, late 17, I don't know. I think you always look back on your home, wherever it may be, wherever you choose to place it as well.
At the moment, our home is a van driving from city to city.
It feels so good getting into it.
Yeah, it feels good getting out of it as well. Yeah.
In terms of the meaning of particular songs, I've always believed that it should be up to the listener to get their own meaning from it, and I think that's one of the most special things about music. So I tend to not explain exactly what made me write a song, because the beauty behind music is that you can just take what you need from it. I'm coming down fast, but it's okay. I'll make you last, but baby, it's hard.
And I read as well that was it 40 songs you had wrote in the process of the album. Are there any of them that you were a bit disappointed and kind of wish you'd maybe kept on the record, or were you very kind of confident now?
No, there wasn't a lot of songs that we wrote in that bunch that we thought were very good. I think we wrote 40 songs for the album, but then we got it down to a tight 10. I think if you had to listen to,
we've comfortably got it down to about 16, I think, and
okay.
then we decided on recording 11, and then one didn't make the cut. But we were in the car the other day and we were listening back to to a demo of one of the songs. It's fun. It's really fun. I certainly don't hate most of the songs that we wrote.
There's a lot of crappy songs.
It's still not album worthy.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a fun song that you enjoy and like what we're willing to put on an album, I guess.
Do you think you might resurrect it in the future? Maybe like almost take it as a starting point and change it a bit, or do you think it's...
Could do, yeah. That's not really usually how we work at the moment. We tend to try and make new ideas every time we go into a writing session. We don't often look at older stuff and try to rework it.
Yeah, but in saying that, I guess we might unknowingly grab elements from old songs that we've written. I'll certainly, like, if there's maybe like one little line that has kind of attached to me, I'll potentially bring something like that back.
Yeah.
Just little elements that we'd probably bring back that, you know, weren't good enough in the song that we did, but they could do something great in the future. Who knows? I left my heart in the suburbs. I left my heart in the suburbs. We have to put aside proper time.
To write, you know.
Yeah.
It's trickier. We wrote the first album without having played a gig yet. We actually recorded the album before we played our first gig, so it was a lot easier getting that album done. Whereas, you know, trying to write now and trying to record now has to be done in little spurts between touring and stuff. We have to get better at time management. We do.
We do. Yeah.
The first band I was ever in was a punk band. It was the first kind of music that I was listening to that, I guess, you know, at that time in your life you're listening to music, it's like your own music, it's not your parents' music and stuff like that. So punk music for me is really special, which is obviously why, you know, we play songs that, like, why we play punk songs. But I don't know,
Why is it having a resurgence?
Now, I don't know.
I guess people are frustrated, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
It feels good to let things out.
There's a lot of things I think about the music industry that are terrible. Obviously, you know, in the past, a lot of bigger record companies and other areas of the industry were stealing lots of money from artists or unfairly taking the majority of the money from artists, which still goes on. I think that over time things have certainly changed in the last decade. Some things for the better, some things not so much, but I think in general it is sort of getting better. So, you know, we just sort of exist in this environment. You know, it's sort of hard to imagine what it would be like. Try to imagine what we want different, you know, because you never know how things will work out in the future and things change so quickly. Creatively, it's great. When you're doing everything yourself, you're and you're not like beholden to record companies or A&R people who are trying to force you into sounding a particular way or doing things in a way you don't want to do it. That makes me feel so much better about playing this music and being in this band.
Yeah.
Like, I think if there were too many people trying to tell me what to do, I'd get sick of it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's
I think we're
simpler.
also very, very fortunate that we are actually able to be pretty independent. Like, we've got Greg, who's a studio engineer.
Who's also our guitarist.
He's our guitarist, yeah. I do graphic design, and, you know, like, we all like to be very hands-on, and we all have like this one goal and this one drive that kind of keeps us really motivated. We've got management, and over here we release the label through Hassel Records. But I think in terms of adding people to our team, we need to know who they are and we need to trust them and and have them understand that what we're after is, I guess, a bit more longevity and a bit more, has a bit more substance and things like that. So it's important that anyone that we work with understands that and understands that that's how we like to do things.